Namaskaram everyone, welcome to another podcast where we discuss all things XR. And in today's episode, we'll be discussing about traditional learning and XR learning. So, in a world where technology is advancing at such a fast pace, traditional classroom experience is now have to compete with XR, but how exactly does it compare with traditional methods of teaching? To decode that, joining us today as we deep dive into it, we have a special guest who has already been working in this space, Mr. Vijaykumar Thakkar. He is the CEO and co-founder of Photon VR, which provides VR classroom setup services to schools that includes virtual content, hardware platform, training to teachers, and classroom setup. He's also co-founder of Kachua, which aims to change rural and semi-urban India by providing online courses. Welcome, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Pooja. It's really a pleasure to be here. Okay. And thank you for a short but deep introduction. Okay. So it would be really exciting to discuss a topic that how XR technology uh, will impact education. Okay. Not only in India, but India and globally.
Yes. Let's just first start by understanding what uh, understanding traditional learning and XR learning is, and how then they merge with each other. Why there is a need to combine both types of learnings.
Okay. So at my level, there is no traditional learning and learning with new technology like XR. Okay, evolution, continuously improvement in any field, whether it is education or it is medical science or whether it is business, is continuous process. Okay, so in times of Rishi Muni, okay, we used to learn at a Pathshala, or we can say under the tree, okay, where the only tool teacher or the guru was having, that is uh, words. Okay, they just used to speak and student just used to listen. Okay, then as part of adding a technology, okay, it was started with book, okay, or it was started with writing on wall, that is blackboard or whiteboard, that helped teacher to describe whatever the knowledge he or she is having, okay, in detail. Okay, and then later on the printed color printed book came into the existence, that help even better to understand when guru is not there. Okay, at home, once teacher train the student can revise the same topic or try to understand the same concept again at home or where teacher is not physically present. Then the video based or animation based 2D content like in tablet and TV. So again, that help teacher to explain that is not easily can be explained in the whiteboard. Okay, uh, sound, video, animation. The combination of all these things help teacher to train or transfer the knowledge to the student quickly and smoothly. Now, as a part of continuous improvement, okay, or adding new technology, the XR technology is here. This technology again empowered teacher to deliver better, to pass whatever the knowledge he or she is having to the students uh, without the barrier, or we can say leakage of the knowledge.
Now that we have understood what traditional learning methods were and what the new XR learning is, where do you think this rise of XR learning started? Like we have seen XR learning getting significant growth in the last few years, and the there is a lot of excitement around it, and like from corporate training to educational institutions using it, XR learning has seen this growth. So but why the sudden surge in popularity in XR learning?
Okay, really nice question. Okay, and it is everything about the ecosystem. Any technology, however it is novel or impactful, can be used or will be used in real life when the entire ecosystem is ready. Okay, so virtual reality is a not in real sense new technology. Okay, uh, 5 years, 7 year, 8 year back it was there. Okay? But until and unless the entire ecosystem is developed, uh, no technology can be smoothly available, okay, easily available to the end user. So when I say the entire ecosystem in the XR learning, there are mainly three portions. One is availability of good hardware. Hardware is one part of the ecosystem. Okay. Second is software that are used to build the content of the XR learning. Okay. And third one is the uh, content creators. Okay. Companies who create the content using the software like us. Okay. So there are three pillars, okay, of this tripod, okay, on which the entire ecosystem is dependent. Only good hardware is available, okay, but not good software are there to create the new content or gaming engine to develop good and sustainable content. Okay, hardware cannot do anything. If good gaming engine or softwares are there that have to create the content, but hardware are not affordable or not up to the mark or not as uh, efficient as required. Okay, then again the ecosystem will be disturbed. Okay, and when the availability and affordability of the hardware is there, when there are good software that help the content creators to create the good content or develop the good application, okay, then the companies like us work on creating good content and develop good application that help uh, students to learn better. So the development of these three are simultaneous. Okay, to for the hardware companies, they need good software, they need good content, good application. For the application companies, for the software companies, they need good hardware. Okay, so slowly and steadily, all the three pillars develop have been developing since last 5 7 years, and now uh, the good hardware are available in the market. Okay, still they are not as affordable as required, but I know that very soon the pricing of the hardware will be reduced as the quantity, number of manufacturing units will be increased when demand is increased. There are good gaming engine, good supportive software, good programming languages are there that help to create good content. Okay, and using the even artificial intelligence, now it has become very easy to create good content for any developer to develop the application. Okay, this is the main reason, okay, of sudden rise in XR marketing education. Okay, educators, users been already they've been waiting for a long. They want always new technology, new supporting tool. Okay, but the ecosystem play a major role.
Yes, but now let's touch upon how actually the integration of XR in these traditional education methods can be. Like many educational institutions are eager and waiting to integrate XR in their curriculum because of the numerous benefits of XR learning. But how does one implement XR into traditional education?
Okay. So, with continuous education process or traditional education method, uh, that is classroom-based training. Okay. Uh, any new technology, whether it is animation-based content or XR learning, that help teacher to deliver better. Okay. So, as per my understanding, how we can best fit this new technology in traditional learning, that is to deliver VR based or XR based content in a school or at a home, uh, before starting any concept. Okay, let us take example. For example, I'm science teacher and I have to train the students about solar system today. Okay, and I have facility of XR based training system at my school. Then, what my role would be before starting the chapter of solar system and how days and night happens and what is lunar eclipse or solar eclipse. I will bring all the students into VR lab. Okay, I'll give them virtual tour. Okay, where they uh, travel to the sky. Okay, and when they float on the sky and see that how uh, Earth and other planets revolving and moving around the sun. Okay, and how the entire solar system is there in the sky. Okay, once I have visited the solar system, okay, now it become very easy for me as a student to understand in detail whether it's practical or theoretical aspect. Okay, so once my virtual tour is uh, finished, okay, teacher will take me or I'll take all the students into the classroom. Okay, and from next day I'll teach using the traditional method, classroom method. Okay, now when I speak anything about any object of the space, okay, student reconnect themselves with their virtual tool. Okay, when I speak Mars or when I speak Venus, okay, student can recollect data or visualize that how Mars look like, how Jupiter is, how Venus is. Okay, so when I speak something as a teacher, okay, student can imagine better. Okay, when they can imagine better, it becomes very easy for me to deliver what knowledge or what imagination I do have. Now I can pass the theoretical and practical knowledge to the student. Okay, this could this is just one example. This could be carried out with all the subject, whether it's physics or chemistry or biology or history or geography like subject. Okay, so this way we can have the good blend of traditional learning method and XR based training and teaching.
Yes. And if you could touch upon like what are the other benefits, like there is like if you are learning any skill in a headset, and it also improves your muscle memory. For example, you are learning to play a piano, so you actually have that then muscle memory, how to move your fingers and everything. So you actually learn that in real life, even if you are learning it in a headset. So that could be one benefit of integrating XR learning into these traditional methods. So what are like other benefits, and why we should go toward more towards XR learning?
So with the XR learning, we can give the feeling of being somewhere. Okay, when I have to learn about uh, part of plant. Okay, uh, if I learned in a classroom that this is the flower and this is Okay, this is a different thing. And when I go to the jungle or garden, okay, and then I learn about the plant, it is different. Okay, so XR has the capability to create both. Okay, if it is AR technology, then it can bring the plant into the classroom. And if we use the virtual reality technology, we can teleport the student into the jungle or into the garden. Okay, so that gives the surrounding and the exact feeling of being there. Okay, and that stimulus student. Okay, uh, that help students to grasp quicker and understand easier and remember for longer time. Okay. So these are the main two benefit of using the XR technology in learning. Okay, one is hands-on experiments, and second that add the part of feeling.
Yes, now that we know the benefits, let's also discuss what can be the challenges or considerations that we need to keep in mind, like transitioning from traditional education, which has been going on for so many decades. It won't. It is obviously not going to be easy to transition into XR suddenly. So, what are the challenges or hurdles that both educators and learners might face while we are, transitioning into towards XR learning?
Okay, so normally change uh, have some resistance. Okay, so if the technology is not prepared, uh, that is smooth for teacher, okay, or learner, okay, the navigation or understanding, okay, then it can be there can be resistance from adapting new technology by teacher or the student. Okay, but if it is created with the mindset of the teacher and student, okay, then I don't find much resistance from teacher or student. Okay, but uh, when we are using the new technology, we always have to be careful uh, all cons of this technology. Okay, like using when we use technology, we have to technology like virtual reality or augmented reality. We have to be careful about uh, problems that might occur using the virtual reality or augmented reality to the eye of a student. Okay, so we have to take care that there should be a limit on using XR technology. For example, we recommend 1 or 2 sessions every week if technology is implemented at school. Okay, everyday virtual tools or everyday experiment and XR is not recommended. Okay, we can use once or twice in a week. Okay, if this technology is being used at uh, home, again the same, once or twice in a week, and not continuously more than 30-40 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes or 40 minutes is good time. Okay, then we have to take a break, or 30 minutes or 40 minutes is even enough for once. Okay, and in this 30-40 minutes, for example, at Photon VR, we have created content in such a way that after every 10 to 15 minutes, there is a break. Student has to remove the headset, teacher and student will talk something, and again, students will wear the Photon VR headset. So we have designed the solution in a such a way that the student will have the uh, break of 2 to 3 minutes after every 10 minutes. Okay. So these are some possible resistance. Okay, that another cons is that if students are, if we mainly talk about the virtual reality technology. Okay, if students are for longer time in virtual world, that can create hallucination or some mental disturbance for the students. Okay, so it is also required that the students should not be in virtual world for a longer time. Okay? So these are some points that we have to take care when we implement XR technology in education. This is mainly for parent and education educators.
Yes. Are there like any examples or applications of using XR with the traditional learning? We have seen medical training simulations, which which is helpful for doctors in the medical school. Like they are learning in the headset how to perform a surgery, and it is also been using in the schools and colleges. So what are some of the real life applications?
Using the XR, okay, uh, we can give, if we talk about the school or college students, okay, we can provide them all type of the experiment in XR, okay. For example, we have created all the experiment up to class 12, okay, for the science subject. And uh, for example, student has to learn about the photosynthesis process, okay. We take them inside the leaf, okay, and sitting inside the leaf, they can observe the entire process of the photosynthesis, how sunlight come and what happening at an atomic level, okay. If it is a concept of physics, like understanding the motor or generator, okay, we can give them access to uh, connect the cable or change the direction of the current, okay, or we can give them facility to uh, increase or decrease the current level or voltage level by reducing or increasing the resistance. Okay, so by this way, they can exactly understand that how the generator or motor works. Okay, so in every practical, we can use XR technology, starting from class one to medical science or even the for the flight simulation.
And also, while we are discussing applications and examples, let's also now talk about what is the future of XR learning. We have covered a lot today, like the benefits of it, the integration of it, challenges, examples. But we have seen the evolution of technology. Like when before we had computers, PCs, then laptops, then smartphones, and now we have headsets. But is there anything that we can predict which is going to go beyond headsets and XR? Like what lies ahead for XR learning?
So new hardware would be lighter, okay, and the new hardware or new technology, we can say the next phase of the XR would be created in such a way that help us to uh, change from all the three portion of the XR technology, like from virtual reality to augmented reality to mixed reality. Okay, the hardware or technology would be created in such a way that we can move in three phase very quickly and easily. Okay. Secondly, use of the artificial intelligence will be big impact on virtual XR based learning. Okay, and it might possible that in future the glass like this would be play the role of XR technology. Okay, and that there wouldn't be a separation of real world and virtual world. Okay, the real world and virtual world would be mixed. Okay, so as per my understanding, this would be the next technology or possibility within 10 to 15 years.
Yes, and you also mentioned AI. So, what do you think is the role of AI going to be in future in XR learning? How it can be used?
So uh, artificial intelligence will be used in two ways. One is to create the content. Okay. Currently, all the content or the experiments in virtual world or whatever the learning points are there in virtual or augmented reality or XR technology are created manually. Okay, using some programming. Okay, so in very near future, using the AI, we can tailor any type of experiments or the content for the XR technology. And second, as a user part, okay, uh, when we use AI uh, to understand how with the virtual world, we can deliver the next concept or next topic based on their interaction of previous content. Okay, so the learning would be customized based on understanding of the students, and that would be the different for each and every learner. Okay, so this way the AI will really help the boost of XR technology, specifically in learning segment.
So, do you think that traditional learning methods are going to be there, or once the XR enters this education space completely, then we are going to eliminate the traditional methods?
No,
What do you think on
uh,
that?
traditional teaching and learning method would be there always because uh, human should not be replaced. Okay, we should not replace the human, and if in future AI even can replace, okay, that could be a role of human. Okay, so traditional education system or learning teaching method would be there always, okay, as I can see the future. Okay, but definitely uh, it will be enhanced. Okay, teaching will be enhanced using the XR technology, and there will be a significant portion uh, in teaching industry of XR technology.
And like, do you have any predictions like how much time is going to take for us to completely shift to XR learning? We know that it has been already started. A lot of people are using XR in the education field, but any like, do you think that this is
Uh,
amount of time that it's going to take?
it will take 2 to 3 years. Okay, in 2 to 3 years, the use of XR technology would be very common, and almost each education segment, whether it's school or whether it is higher education or even the corporate training, okay, uh, there would be the XR technology in 2 to 3 years, and the real peak time will come in after 2 or 3 years of this industry.
And you also mentioned about the hardware challenges before that. We also know that there are not a lot of companies in India which are working in the hardware space. So, how do you think we might tackle this? Because while we are thinking of implementing XR in education, we also are going to need the hardware. So, how do you think we can tackle that?
Hardware plays a vital role. Okay, one is the experience that is provided. Okay, it is based on hardware. Hardware can provide the good experience. And second is the uh, cost are available, affordable hardware are available. Okay, we can cater this technology to mass. Okay, and until and unless it reaches to the last person, okay, um, the technology has always limitation. Okay, it should be catered to the last person. Okay, and for that it should be affordable, available to each and everywhere. Okay, so hardware plays really vital role when good hardware are available at affordable rate. Okay, uh, the rotation or the transaction of hardware would be very high, like mobile. Okay, currently the rotation of mobile is very high. Each and every family has 2 to 5 mobiles. Okay, so very near future that it will happen that almost each family will have one or two XR devices.
And also, how do you think we might tackle the challenge of that you mentioned, cost? So, how can we tackle that as well?
In hardware, number is magic. Okay, if we have to produce or we have to manufacture thousand devices, then it is different story. And when we have to manufacture 1 million device, story completely change. Okay? So slowly and steadily, market is hitting. Okay, when there is a demand, okay, more hardware will be manufactured. Okay, when the quantity is more, automatically the price will be reduced because in hardware manufacturing, number is main game. Okay, so the XR devices would be almost uh, as costlier as the mobile device. So currently it is 4 times, 5 times costlier than mobile device. Okay, but very soon the price of mobile device and hardware XR hardware will be the same.
All right. So do you have any like tips or anything for those who are thinking or trying to implement XR in their education methods?
Okay, so if you are school or if you are college or if you are corporate trainer, okay, uh, uh, you once you should try because this is revolutionizing technology. It will really help educators to deliver better. Okay, and almost each and every supplier software or application has the free content. Okay, you just have to manage the hardware. Okay, if you are having the hardware, you can download many free application, you can try it. Okay, um, if you contact education company like us, we provide demonstration or we provide free access for the limited time. Okay, and you should try because until unless you try, you never understand what is the magic or what is the impact of using XR based teaching in existing education method.
Lastly, so before we wrap up, do you have any key takeaways from our discussion today?
It is really good conversation with you. Okay, and every listener of this podcast, we can offer 3 month free usage of our all the content of 800 content of that is specially designed for school kid. Okay, so this should be the takeaway for our listener.
All right. So I think we can end the episode here. So once again, thank you for joining us here and providing your insights. And yeah, namaskaram.